NHL came out against Pride tape, saying you guys aren't allowed to use it. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, I've commented on this in the past. I think everybody knows how I feel. I think also I've enjoyed all the nights that we've celebrated here in Edmonton, whether that's, Pride Night or Military Night or Indigenous Night, all the various nights that we've had and had a chance to celebrate. I've always enjoyed them. I can't speak for everybody else or the league or anything like that, but it's something that I've always enjoyed and something I've commented on before.
Do you feel like the league's maybe kind of taken a step backwards here, and as a leading player and a influential guy,
Yep.
Is there a place among the players to push back on this at all?
Well, like I said, I've expressed disappointment in not being able to wear the various jerseys or the tapes or whatever. Whether that's Pride tape or Pink tape or anything. Like I said, it's always something that I've enjoyed. In terms of a league standpoint, is it something that I'd like to see put back into place one day? Certainly. But that's not the way it is right now.
Connor, first game of the season tomorrow. For yourself personally, is there still the same excitement for you as there was year one, or what's your thoughts, I guess, as you get ready for the regular season here?
Yeah, certainly excited. That anxious energy just to kind of get it going. The opening night's always so fun. Both teams are. It's usually a game with lots of emotion and energy, and the building's usually rocking, especially playing a Canadian team like we normally do, and like we are here in Vancouver. So I expect it to be a fun game. I expect it to be high energy, high pace. I'm excited to be a part of it.
The guy has his whole career that you always want to play for Stanley Cup, and it's you play and play and play until you finally find yourself in a position to be on a team that can legitimately win the Stanley Cup. And
Yep.
Here we are. The season starts. You're on that team. You waited a long time. What's that like?
Yeah, obviously it's exciting. With that being said, we've had good teams before and felt as strongly as we do this year. We feel good about our group, like I've mentioned numerous times. I feel good about where we are heading into the season, mentally and physically. So we're ready to go. It's a long process. It's a day-by-day league, and day one is tomorrow.
You mentioned the other day that watching video on all aspects of your game, maybe in particular the D side of your game, is something you've spent some time on. Just what's that kind of process been like, and what time have you put into that?
Yeah, it's a process that I do each and every summer is kind of look back at years past or the previous year and things that I want to keep from the year and things that can improve. And obviously there's always room for improvement on the defensive side of the game for me. And it's something that, I've talked about before and feel like it is at a good place, and something that I take pride in. I know points and statistics and all that would, maybe suggest otherwise, but I love playing in my own zone and checking guys as much as scoring goals.
And is there a point where, as a group, it really becomes almost a narrative for the team, something you're talking to each other about constantly? Is that a process of getting to that? Are you there?
Yeah, we've never come into this room and between periods being like, we gotta turn more pucks over and score more goals and try more behind the back passes. Like, we've never done that. It's never been about offense. This room is always talking about ways to slow the other team down. That's always the talk in here.
Being a team that's expected to contend and being where you have gone the last 2 years, is part of the challenge kind of focusing in, on the early part of the season and not looking too far ahead?
I think our group has always, I shouldn't say always, we've stumbled out of the gate a few years. I think last year through 20 games we were 10-10. So, we'd like to see to have a better start. I don't think we were 4 games or 3 games above 500 until maybe the new year. So, we'd like to get off to a good first half of the year. We know coming down the stretch, we can play some great hockey, but what happens in October and November shows up in May and June, and I think that we want to play the brand of hockey that's going to be successful throughout the course of a season and in the postseason right away.
I want to ask you about the division. Obviously, there's a lot of good teams in the division, arguably the best in the league. I guess.
Yep.
You have to bring it every night, I guess, this year, playing in the division.
Yeah, there's no easy nights in this league, especially playing in a division like ours. There's probably 6 teams that feel like they're a part of certainly the playoffs, but even a bigger, even going all the way. So, not all 6 teams get to make the playoffs. So it's a dogfight just to get in these days. Like you said, there's really good teams in our division. There's good teams across the West, and it's a dogfight just to get in.
You've been on good Oilers teams, all different types. With the club you have this year, Ekholm's here all here. You guys are a little bit older. Connor Brown comes in. Is this the best Oilers team you've come out of the gates with?
I certainly feel that way. It feels the most mature. I think, I've said this a couple times, everybody's kind of in their prime. There's no wondering what the game's going to feel like out there. We know, everyone in this group has played lots of years in this league, and our young guys, I think, have gotten off to a great start, and Holloway and Broby, and so like I said, I think our group's in a good spot. That doesn't mean a whole lot until the game starts, so looking forward to that.